give birth because his root is like the Creator. What does it mean, like the Creator? That in the end, man would, as a consequence of his correction, will be like the Creator on the attribute of bestow. The woman, as a result of her correction, will be like the corrected creation in the attribute of reception. There, they will unite between themselves, and what will come as a result of that union, they will just procreate, will just give rise to perfect life, spiritual life. The fact that you're saying that he is like the Creator, is that the Creator who was in the Bible called God and who created everything, precisely about him, man will be precisely him? No. Man, when he will be like, together with the woman, will be like him. Who is he? The attribute of bestowal, absolute bestowal. And how can express bestowal differently? Bestowal is love, coming out of one's egoistic desire into outside of you, existing above you, and not in you. What desires you call egoistic? All kind of desires that are directed towards self-fulfillment. If I, in the middle of the night, wake up, a friend wakes me up, and I drive next to the end of 20 miles to help him, you can hang yourself for your friend. It doesn't help. But we're talking about action. We're talking about intention. Intention determines the action. So it's not important what action we're making, but with what intention. Yes. Yes. So I'm making this action with the purpose to help person. Is it actually true? How do you test? How else would I go there to help him? Otherwise I wouldn't go. How do you test that you're doing it for him? I don't understand your question. I don't even test this. It's my friend. He's your friend, right? So he's dear to you. So you are doing what you're doing to himself, you're doing to yourself as well. You're not doing it to somebody else, no. To a stranger, no. Since you have a part of you in him, he's dear to you. Egoistically. This person is dear. He's not indifferent to egoism. He wants him to feel good, because in this case, you feel good. If he feels bad, you feel bad. So it turns out this is egoistic desire. Yes, of course. So if you all approach this thing from that angle, there is no desire which is not egoistic. There is no desire not egoistic. You have to elevate it completely above your ego, and therefore you just be indifferent to whom to give and what to influence, to any person in the world or to a Creator. You won't have any consideration and calculation how that relates to me, and why do I have to do something, give any stranger. You won't have that inclination. You're saying that you're seemingly going to do that. The nature will make you. What do you mean to make? It will make me. It will make you. It will make you, how should I put it? To master that attribute. And why do I need that? Why does the nature need it? The Creator need it, which is the same thing. The nature and the Creator is the same thing. Okay. Why does it want to need that? In order to make you be perfect. And what is perfect about that? The perfection is bestowable. We just made the circle. We've come to around it. So that is the plan of nature. What you can do. The plan of the Creator is to give everything you have, and yes, you have to give all of you. And why do I need? And you will feel that this is the best state, best possible state for you. Why? It's impossible to explain it, dear Zhenya. I like your address, dear, but it's impossible to explain. At a certain state of man's existence, one of his life circles, such a desire appears to elevate above life and not to exist on. Just previous life cycles have made such an imprint upon him that he just feels beforehand that this will just end just like everything else, pointlessly, and he begins to think. And the question appears, what's the point? Again, next life cycle, and the next life cycle, and then what? And when that question arises in man, he just has to elevate above him. He just feels it. So, and to understand whether the life, in general, whether all of that has any meaning at all. And in the world we can see, especially today, this question appearing in people: what is the purpose of life? What is its end? What does it exist for? Why is the person existing? Like kids' questions and adults and mature people, no answers. Gradually man enters suffering, depression. Must answer them. He must. I would pose the question differently. I agreed with you quite quickly that all my desires are egoistic, because I've read a few of your books before that. I thought you just made a speedy conclusion. Well, maybe, Rav says. I don't think that our viewers who are watching us, I hope, will agree with me. You can turn to psychology and physiology. It's not important. They will tell you exactly the same thing. Let's say they too will agree with you that our intentions are all egoistic, and whether we want it or not, we're always searching for the benefit to ourselves, for the beloved person, which is me. So what you said, that difference, that the purpose that Creator sets, and that I and all the other people will reach it. What is the benefit for me to come to reach it? That it's the most comfortable state. But now you don't understand that it's possible to be reached. Why has He created so that I don't understand it and I'm not aware of it? You understand why? Because you know that you're not aware. Why did He made it so that you don't understand it to begin with, so you won't aspire to bestow egoistically? And I'll ask differently. If that bestowal so detached from you, no, it's something different. And that bestowal is so sweet, so to speak, that he is afraid that if I see that sweetness, I will just chase it, the sweetness, just leaving all these egoistic fulfillments in order to reach pleasures, eternal pleasures. You're calling eternity and perfection bestowal. No, the attribute of bestowal allows a person to feel himself eternal and perfect. That's psychological barrier when he crosses over, he reaches from this world, he enters, transcends into the dimension, the dimension where everything is eternal. He doesn't feel himself dying at all, because dying is felt inside egoism. Because in him you feel reception and disappearance of pleasure and so forth, but in the attribute of bestowal, it's not present there. It's complete and fully flowing motion, endless motion, flow. Can we say that this passage from the nature of this world, which we call egoism, into the nature of the upper worlds, which is the bestowal, is like a birth? Yes, it's a spiritual birth of man. Before that he's beast, and after that he's called man. When I'm born in this world, I've been given the nature of egoism, and I wasn't asked about that. I'm born, I feel as such. I don't feel myself egoism. I don't feel bad that I'm an egoism. I don't know that I feel bad. When I'm born in the spiritual world, I'm born already having new nature in that bestow. What does it mean that you're born, that I feel myself? You feel yourself as born anew, completely in different attribute. And in that attribute, and by the way, you continue to live in this world as well, parallel. You feel and see everything that goes around you, but your measurement of this world, your attitude to it, your all scales and yardsticks completely they're just inverted. They are completely new. They're swept into something different. My mentality changes. They'll call you as if seemingly that it doesn't matter. Men and women are equal in that, absolutely. I like it. He's not against it. But who will let him? Just a second. I'll be made, and after, a second later saying that nobody will let him.